Okay. So, have you read anything about the Bibles or? No, if you haven't read this one, okay, that's fine.
What I'm asking,
I'm just trying to.
you're saying sacrifice.
Everyone knows what
sacrifice means.
So I want to answer
Give something up. He didn't.
So,
And then he was back with him 3 days later in heaven with him. So he didn't.
so I want to answer you.
As Muslims, we believe that he didn't die on the cross. We believe that God raised him up to the heavens and that he will return. So as Christians, you believe that, but as Muslims, we don't believe that.
So the reason I asked you why,
Just like you are quoting the biblical sources, I'm quoting the Quran to you. The Quran is a historical source as well.
okay. Sorry guys, hold on. Wait. Let's just one question at a time, just so that we follow the train of thought. Sacrifice. The reason I ask you if you've read anything is so to know how to.
You read the Quran.
I've read bits of it, not everything. No. I've been honest. I haven't gone through the Quran to read everything. That's fine.
Yeah. Then you tell me you have Islamic sources.
I do because
but you haven't quoted one Islamic source.
No, I said
Muhammad sinned.
it's on my phone. It's on my phone. I can pull it out and show it to you. But hold on, let me answer about sacrifice. If you understood what God did to the Israelites, He gave them a form of ritual to sacrifice animals, because of sin, yeah. So the life of the animal had to go because of a person's sin. So if you sin, yeah, the wages of sin is death. The payment for sin is death. So therefore, an animal, when it was sacrificed, its life was taken for yours. So you became free. This is God's jurisdiction.
The animal come back to life after 3 days.
Can I finish? This is God's jurisdiction. What God did. Yeah. Hold on. In due time, but the thing is, no lamb sinned, no bull sinned, no animal sinned. It was Adam the sin. Hold on. Let me answer your question. In due time, God sent His Son Jesus in the likeness of Adam. A man sinned, another man came in the place of that man to give his own life freely. So the Bible records Jesus did not sin once, and then He gave His life for sin. The sacrifice is this. You see, hold on. The Bible says, when Jesus before He went to die, Jesus even prayed, Father, if this is your will, let this cup pass away from me. So the sacrifice is this: God gave His own Son freely.
No, I'll tell you why He sacrificed, because God was reunited with His Son in heaven.
Do you know why? That was intentional, because Jesus never sinned. Because Jesus never sinned. So even though He died, Jesus, God gave His.
I sacrifice. God gave my free. It's not a sacrifice. Google the definition.
But let me tell you, Jesus though He was. I'm asking you a question, but you're not listening.